A silent start, city waking up. An early morning drive with no engine noise, no vibrations, just smooth movement. A hot chai poured into the glass, some fantastic breakfast. And then the road opens up. The air changes. The smell of sea replaces the smell of traffic. Today, it's not just a drive, it's a mood.
Hello and welcome to RevWheels and another episode of Touring with EVs. Now, electric vehicles, they aren't just about saving money. It's also about a more smoother, a more calmer, and not to mention a more greener driving experience. And what we have with us today is one of the most popular electric vehicles in India, the Nexon EV. Now, we're not going to just do a regular review with it. What we're going to do is we're going to drive out. It's a Monday morning. This is going to be my office on wheels today. Grab a nice cup of chai and then head out onto the highways and see how the Nexon EV can stretch its legs. So let's do a touring with EVs with the Nexon EV. Now, before we move ahead, let's do this properly. Now, we've got about 100% range, 100% battery charge, in fact, and we've got a range showing about 370 kilometers. Now, we're going to drive out, we're going to keep the aircon on because that's how people use their cars. And touring with EVs doesn't have to be complicated. If you plan it right, if the destination isn't too far, it's one of the easiest touring to do.
There's no engine turning over, no diesel clatter, no petrol noise. You just shift, press the accelerator and glide out. The city is where EVs feel most natural. You're not chasing top speed, you're working through traffic, signals, pedestrians, tight lanes and sudden gaps. And this is where the Nexon EV makes life easy. The torque delivery is instant, so you don't need to build momentum like a petrol car. You tap and it moves. In slow-moving traffic, the cabin stays calm. You're not fighting engine noise, you're not dealing with vibrations, and in the morning, this quietness actually changes the mood of the drive.
Just listen to this. I mean, there's nothing to listen to, it's just silence. And silence inside a car in India, it feels expensive. It makes even your everyday commute feels like an upgrade.
Regen is another EV superpower. In stop-go traffic, you lift off the accelerator and the car slows down smoothly while sending energy back to the battery. The more you understand regen, the less you use the brakes and the better range you end up getting. The ride quality of the Nexon EV is phenomenal. While it is slightly firmer than the ICE Nexon, it's not uncomfortably so. It drives over bumps and bad roads with ease without compromising on high-speed stability. And then comes the most city-relevant part of touring: parking. Compact enough to squeeze into tight spots, but still with SUV presence. The Nexon EV fits the city life well. Now breakfast.
आप क्या recommend करते हो?
दाल पकवान है, दाल पाव है, फेमस चेंबूर का।
दाल पकवान के दाल पाव?
दाल पकवान, दाल पाव।
पकवान कर दो, चलो।
Chembur is one of those places where food is almost part of the identity. And while dal pakwan is probably the most famous breakfast here, locals will tell you there's something even more iconic if you know where to look, and it's called dal pav. This is exactly the kind of morning EV touring is perfect for. You drive relaxed, you arrive relaxed, and you eat relaxed.
If you ask me, EV owners have two addictions, or rather compulsions. One is good coffee and the second is charging. that was some fantastic coffee. Well, we're done with the former. Now, let's stretch the Nexon's legs and take it to somewhere exciting, like a beach. All right, let's do a quick range check. We left at 100% battery and the range showing a little over 360 kilometers an hour. Right now, we've covered 107 kilometers and the range is still at 223 kilometers. That's just fantastic because we're averaging somewhere about 132 watt hour per kilometer. And that means we're getting a fantastic efficiency. I mean, this is brilliant. Now let's see, once we reach the destination, what does the range look like?
And here's where the theme shifts. The city noise stays behind, the road starts breathing. And with an EV, this part feels special. The Nexon EV doesn't build speed like a car that's struggling. It's linear, it's smooth and quiet. It just goes. Overtakes are easy because torque is immediate. The ride quality stays comfortable even on imperfect patches. And because there's no engine note demanding attention, the drive becomes calmer than you expect. With 142 bhp and 215 Nm of torque, the Nexon is still quick and its top speed is also a respectable 150 km per hour.
Now this is the most underrated EV feeling ever. I mean, in a normal car, even if you go for a short distance, it feels noisy. But in an EV, it just feels silent, it feels calm. It feels like you're floating on the road instead of fighting it.
This is what EV touring is about. No extreme distances, not proving a point, just enjoying the movement quietly. And then you arrive. The air changes instantly, from traffic to breezy, from horns to waves. The Nexon EV sits there quietly, almost like it belongs in the calm. The entire drive, city to the beach, feels like one continuous smooth flow.
And that is why today's theme was perfect. We had the silent city and salty air. And frankly, this is the kind of touring that people prefer. I mean, yes, you do the multiple hundreds of kilometers, the long distances, but then the short escapes is what everybody wants. So before we finish, let's start with the stats first. So we started with 100% battery. We've covered 150 kilometers exactly, and we still have 172 kilometers to go, which means it gave us an efficiency of about 130 watt hour per kilometer. That is phenomenal efficiency. I mean, we've got almost 370 kilometers on a full charge, which makes it extremely economical. Now, we took the Nexon EV in the most densely populated traffic areas. We took it on the most horrible roads on the highways. Then we stretched its legs and we got it here to the beach. And I think the Nexon EV performed flawlessly. Of course, it's not perfect. I mean, the cabin is not the most practical that you will see. The rear bench is not the most comfortable because of the lack of under-thigh support. But other than that, I think the Nexon EV ticks a lot of boxes. So if you're looking for a comfortable, practical, economical SUV that's electric, I think the Nexon EV makes a lot of sense. Let us know in the comments where should we head and what vehicle should we take to the next destination on the Touring with EV series.